because something else to move on to, and it involves Kirk Cousins and my Pittsburgh Steelers. For the first time since 2018, Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins is on track to become a free agent when the new league year begins in March. Until 2018, however, unlike 2018 rather, this time Cousins will be entering free agency as a 35-year-old signal caller coming off a season-ending Achilles injury. I think he suffered that in Week 9. They were 4-4 with him as the starting quarterback. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell says he wants to have Cousins back in Minnesota. However, there are several teams that have or could have a need at quarterback, including the Denver Broncos, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Atlanta Falcons, the Raiders, the Titans, and, of course, my Pittsburgh Steelers. So the question is, should Mike Tomlin want Cousins in Pittsburgh over Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky, or go younger with a guy like Justin Fields? First of all, let me say this. When it comes to Mitchell Trubisky, I take a bag of chocolate chip cookies over Mitchell Trubisky. I wouldn't hesitate. Let's get that out the way first, but he's neither here nor there because he's gone now, okay? Mason Rudolph is approaching free agency. Whether he'll remain on the roster or go somewhere else remains to be seen. It's really just about Kenny Pickett. Now, I've seen flashes of Kenny Pickett, but I'm just not sold. And I think when you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got to take into account the AFC North. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Deshaun Watson with that Cleveland defense is expected to return. I can't go into next season with Kenny Pickett as my starting quarterback. I can't do it. Now, is Cousins the answer for Pittsburgh? The answer would be no, because he's coming off an Achilles injury. And due to the fact that he's coming off of an Achilles injury, even though he will have had enough time to recover and as a result should be ready for training camp, I'm not sold on him. He wasn't the most mobile quarterback to begin with. I don't need another statue the likes of Big Ben Roethlisberger in his last years in Pittsburgh. I need a Russell Wilson or I need a Justin Fields in Pittsburgh. So Kirk Cousins, if you were considering going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, get it off your mind. Even though Kirk Cousins is still a better option than anything the Steelers have at this moment in time, he is not a better option than Russell Wilson. He is not a better option than Justin Fields. I would go with one or the other if I were the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? And I think a case could be made for Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. In Justin Fields' case, his youth, his athleticism, the fact that he's mobile, he can run with the football, and he's improving as a thrower. You take your chances with Najee Harris, with Warren out of the backfield, with Pickens and Deontay Johnson at the wideouts, with Freiermuth at the tight end spot. With the Steelers defense, I say you could go young with a Justin Fields and you could potentially make some noise. But in the case of Russell Wilson, not known to really turn the football over, has never thrown more than 13 interceptions in the season, only did that once. Okay, doesn't turn the ball over a lot, engages in ball control, doesn't beat himself, can throw the deep ball, has the knowledge, the know-how, the experience, and the ability to extend plays. All of those things taken into consideration, I would have to say Russell Wilson, you can't lose with him either. That's the way I would look at it, and that's where I would go with it.